Hello.
Hello,
Who are you?
how are you?
I don't recognize that background.
Yeah, I'm in my own house.
Yeah, but you've been
Well,
in
yeah,
your house before.
I have, yeah, I'm in the kitchen on my laptop.
Ah, okay, the kitchen. Okay. So, before we start, it's okay to put this on YouTube, Facebook, social media, my site, used for educational purposes for demonstrations and courses.
Yeah,
Okay, good. You shared your screen.
right. I don't know. I've been tapping
Always
this
good.
week, doing the exercise in the morning, and
Mm-hmm.
it does feel better after I do it. But you know, the days I don't do things, when I don't do tapping or prayer or meditation and journaling, you know what? I think I need to get more practice into doing the journaling more often.
Mm-hmm.
You know, writing things down.
Yep.
You know, I did that exercise you told me to do, you know, about writing things as if they've happened, or, you know, writing.
Mm-hmm.
I wrote about the day, this was in the morning, about how the day was going to go,
Right.
you know, the things I was going to do and how I will be. And you know what? It was actually amazing
It all happened.
that it happened in a way, yeah.
Yeah, that's what happens.
You know, well, I need to be consistent and just. Sometimes I'm a late nighter. I go to sleep late, then I wake up in the morning. I'm rushing up and down.
Mm-hmm.
I need to just get a schedule and routine of doing this
Right.
because I do feel the difference when I don't do it.
Absolutely.
You know, I do feel the difference. My head's running 1,000 miles per hour, and it's you know,
Mm-hmm.
just makes a big difference when I write things down. Like yesterday, I did after meditation and tapping. You know, I wrote the things that are on my mind that we call
Mm-hmm.
problems. I put them all down on a list. And then next to it, I was able to put out solutions, simple solutions, and there were nothing drastic or anything. You
Mm-hmm.
know, house needs cleaning, car needs servicing, things like that. They're on paper, they're in there next to a solution. So I'm not ruminating in my head, you know, and I was able to get on with a few tasks
Mm-hmm.
that I've been sort of procrastinating from,
Mm-hmm.
you know. So it has been a bit of a mixture, you know. And regarding acting out, I have acted out to be honest. You know,
What do you mean?
with the porn.
Which pump?
No, no, I've acted out on porn.
Oh, I see.
Porn.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know,
Did you use your self-worth dial?
not before that. No,
Use your self-worth dial
I don't know if
before
it
that.
helps. Yeah, I do need to.
All right. Go into that need to see the
I did
porn.
it the day before and I didn't act out. Yeah. Pardon?
The only reason why you go into porn is because you don't think very much of yourself. Okay? Can you get into that need to see the porn now?
Not right now. No.
Okay, you said the day beforehand you want to go into the porn and you did the self-worth dial and it stopped you?
Yeah.
Okay, so you see that it works.
Yeah, I did. I did some tapping with the hands wrist,
Mm-hmm.
and it did well stop me.
Stopped you.
Yeah. I think when I go gym, I don't know what it is. Come back from the gym, that seems to be like a bit of a trigger, or you know, it does. Yeah, it does trigger that as well.
Interesting. So I wouldn't have thought that. I would have thought that the gym would actually help you not go there. because you're getting out
Yeah, weird that
your
is, yeah.
physical needs in the gym.
I would have thought that, yeah. But I don't know, sometimes I feel there's a lot of lust going on in the gyms as well.
What do you feel when you're in the
When you,
gym?
what do I feel? Well, I feel I'm unfit,
You feel that you're
you know.
unfit. Okay. How does feeling unfit do for your self esteem?
Well, not much, does it? It doesn't raise it for one thing.
That's correct. And when your self esteem is low, where do you go?
Well, yeah, lust.
Okay, let's do a little bit of a reframe. You're doing something about your unfitness. Most people just continue sitting on a couch eating potato chips and watching television and vegging out, while you're actually doing something like going to the gym and working out and trying to get yourself fit.
Yeah.
Now, how do you feel about your self esteem?
Mm, about 7 out of 10.
Okay, what was it before we did the reframe?
Probably about 5, 4, 5.
Okay, put yourself in the gym right now. See yourself, your unfit self, struggling along next to all these big macho guys and even macho women who can, like, pick up these weights without even lifting a finger, and you're sitting there going, trying to get it up, right? Is that unfit?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, can you put yourself into there now? And now look at your self worth dial. What's the number?
3.
Okay. Notice where you feel it inside as you touch it. Point where you feel it inside as you touch it.
Yeah.
Turn the dial up. Notice the shifts and changes that occur as you turn the dial up.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Shifted a bit to this side.
Does it feel better or worse?
Better.
About the same? What number did you get
No,
it
it's not the
to?
same.
What is it now? Feel better or worse?
8.
8. And how does it feel?
Lighter.
Okay. Can you move it to a 10? How does it feel now?
Yeah.
Let's get a smile.
Better.
Okay, now try turning it down. See what happens instead.
Struggling to go down.
Good. And now how are you feeling inside the gym?
Good. Yeah.
Any need to go to the porn?
No.
Okay, see what I mean?
Yeah. I need to share something with you. I don't know whether this is something else that triggered off. You know, there's this like a dating marriage website thing, Muslim website, marriage website.
Okay.
and and I registered on it a long time ago, and stopped coming on it. And then recently, I think it happened. I should have told you last week. It happened when that time I seen the missus at Morrison's, and I came home, and all this was happening unconsciously. I went and paid for the flipping, even though I know, whoa, you know what I mean? I'm not ready for no marriage. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? In fact,
Right.
probably gone to the other extreme of thinking, right now I hate romance and relationships. I don't want a woman, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But then I've been registered on the website, and a couple of girls took interest, you know. Because of that, I registered and paid for it. It wasn't
Mm.
much, but since then, that particular day, it was quite obsessive that I was on the website looking at different women and thinking, right, making my profile and thinking, right. And then I've had a few, call it polite declines, you know. That
Yes.
does sort of
Say it
knock my
again. You.
self esteem down. I've had a few polite declines.
Mm-hmm.
People declining your interest, rejection, call it. And
Right.
then the self-esteem comes down, and I think, wow, how much power I give to these people on acceptance and rejection. I've had some girls acceptance, and I think, wow. And then somebody else, deep down, I know, you know what?
They don't even know you. They've never met you, and they have the power
No,
over you.
yeah.
They have the power to make you feel good, or they have the power to make you feel bad, and you
But
don't even know them.
I give them the power, yeah.
Yeah, you do.
And I know deep down, flipping, I'm not in no state of no marriage or relationship. I
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't mind if they had, a long distance relationship, like someone in London who I could see every other in a month, once a month, or once every 2 weeks. That would be ideal for me.
Right.
Well, that's just not being real and probably selfish as well. It's probably more about lust than love and companionship.
Right. You have to first figure out who you are and what you want. And until you figure out who you are and what you want, I wouldn't go into a relationship.
But that
I
7, 8 years now, like through the program steps.
say that again. You got cut off in the middle.
I've been doing that for like 7 years, trying to get to know myself,
Right.
and I thought I did know myself.
But you got married for the wrong reasons.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. That's not called knowing yourself. That's called giving other people your power. You got divorced for the right reasons. I'll give you credit for that. And you dealt with your divorce in an extremely respectful, positive, powerful way. I'll give you credit for that. But have you, number one, gotten over the loss, or are you just rebounding because you feel a certain emptiness from the loss?
Well, yeah,
Okay?
rebounded.
Till you
No,
till you learn to love to be by yourself, love your own company, no one will love it. Because if you don't love it, who will? And if you love it, everybody will love it. I guarantee you that. When you love yourself, it shines out to everybody. And everybody wants a part of it. I guarantee you that. There's no, no doubt in my mind.
How, how do you know when you do love yourself?
When you look in the mirror and you say, I'm good. When you look in the mirror and you say, what's this over here? Wow, how am I dressed? You look at yourself and you approve of yourself.
Yeah.
You think that you're doing a good job. When I finish a session, I love myself. I feel totally connected to that godly part inside of me at the end of a session.
I mean, do you have that all the time? I mean, I have moments. They're just moments, very small moments. I've had them, and then but they don't last. And then someone comes and boom, like I say.
Okay, so you never have it all the time. Okay, if you had it all the
uh,
time, you wouldn't notice that you're having it all the time because you wouldn't have any. You need the contrast to show you that you're having it.
Okay, yeah.
But if a few years ago I had it 20% of the time, now I have it 80% of the time.
Right.
Okay, 80% is a much better ratio to have, believe you me. Now,
Yeah. Of course. Yeah.
the point though is that when you do have them, you milk them for all they're worth. You do whatever you need to get as much out of it. Now, I'll give you something else. And this, I don't mean to give you something else that you need to do. This is something that I find for myself helps. And every now and then I get lazy and I stop doing it. And then things start to go wrong. And I say, wait, what was I doing before that worked for me and that now I stopped? And I start doing it again. Okay? One thing that I do, I put myself in a good place. I have a whole booklet of this. Okay? I just doodle writing in words that make me feel good: love, clarity, wealth, health, abundance. Okay? I have a bunch of colored pencils here. And sometimes, whether it's that I'm reading a book, whether it's as I'm listening to a video on YouTube, I just doodle over here. Okay? I have a whole booklet of this here. That's one thing. Second thing I started doing, this actually works really amazing, the journaling. I don't just journal. I started writing a journal to myself, from my future self to me. Okay? Future self meaning 1 year ahead, 2 years ahead, 5 years ahead. It doesn't make a difference. And that future me is telling me how amazing life gets and how I'm doing this and this and this, and how the course that I made works out amazingly well, and how, this little thing that's bothering me right now, don't even think about it. It's just a blip on the screen. You're not going to even remember it by the time you get to to me. And I just keep going. I don't even know what I'm writing till after I write it. It's like it turns into a sort of automatic writing. But what I'm doing is what you said at the beginning of the session. You said when you sit down at the beginning of the day and you write out what your day is going to be, lo and behold, that's what you get at the end of the day, right?
Wow.
Even if you only get 80% of it, you're in good shape.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right? Now, the question is this: what keeps you from continuing to do the things that you know work for you? You know tapping works for you. What's stopping you from doing it? You know this journaling works for you. What's stopping you from doing it? You know the self-worth style works for you. What's keeping you from doing it?
Probably my own laziness, or and I think you get so used to sitting in shit that
It
you
becomes your it
know,
becomes your comfort zone.
it becomes comfortable, yeah. And
Okay.
but then, obviously, when I'm in deep down, then I feel I need to stop, and I'll get up and I'll do it. Well, I think I end up doing it after having pain, after acting out. Then I think I should be doing it before I act it out. Once I've acted out, then I think, what the hell am I doing? Then that
Okay,
shame comes in, and then I think, right, need to stop, right, start doing it. The tapping, the writing, and
let me ask you a question. What thing would you never, ever, ever do, even if they paid you $1 million?
never ever do kill someone.
Kill someone. Okay, when you think about killing someone, where do you see the picture?
Where? What do you mean?
Where around you or inside of you do you see that, if you could imagine it?
It's on this, coming from this side.
Okay, and what does it look like? Is it a picture? Is it a video? Is it
Well, it's a video and it's flipping weirdly. It's being in the trenches.
were
In
you
the
ever in
trench.
the army?
No, no. Might have been in my previous life. I don't know.
Interesting.
I don't
Okay.
know. I didn't know that Jewish people believed in what do you call it?
Reincarnation, previous
Yeah,
lives.
yeah. Wow, I didn't know that. That's the first time
Um,
I.
I don't know if I
I've got a
believe
friend
in
who's got
it. Yeah.
who's been well in his previous life. He was in the Holocaust. I didn't know that was possible. I mean, Jews believed in that,
Yeah, yeah, there's an element of it.
right? Wow,
All right,
interesting.
hold on. Okay, so you see those pictures in the trenches, right? And you have a certain, you don't want to go there, right?
Yeah,
Okay. Does it have a frame around it?
yeah. Now he has.
Now it has. Does the frame make it better or worse?
Neither.
Neither. Okay. Now I want you to see the picture of you doing porn. Where do you see that?
Doing
Porn.
porn.
Where do you see that one?
Finding it difficult to get a picture. Where do I see it?
Go back to going back when you're coming back home from the gym in your mind.
Yeah, in a high-rise building, in a flat on a high-rise building. Yeah,
So where do you see it? Around you, inside of you? Where is it?
that's on this side.
Okay, what I want you to do is I want you to take it from that side and move it over to that side. Literally, take your hands and move it. Okay, is the one of the porn a video or a picture?
A video.
Was it a video before also, or before when was it a picture? Was it a
It
video
was,
before?
yeah.
It was also. Okay, now that it's overlaid on top of the trenches, how does it feel?
Not nice.
Okay, make it bigger, make it stronger. Enlarge both of them together. Grab both of them by the sides and move both of them to be really, really enormous on that left side, on that right side of yours.
all fuzzled up.
Say it again.
It's all fuzzled up. The pictures that come together, but they're
Yeah,
not
good,
very clear.
good, good, good. Okay, now let me just ask you a question. When you think about your timeline, which side is the past, which side is the future?
Past is my left, future is my right.
So interesting that you hold all that in your future.
What?
Okay, I want you to take it all and move it, both of them together, to your past. Okay? And what I want you to do is I want you to step out of your timeline, make a little marking right where you are in the house that you remember where the present day is. Put, like, let's say, a flag or something over there. Step on up, look towards the past, and on your timeline, I want you to go to 5 minutes before the first time you decide to look at porn. Do you remember
The
that time?
first. Wow.
Okay, and if you can't remember that time exactly, approximately that time. But as long as you know that it's before.
Yeah.
Okay. And I want you to slowly move forward till you're just about at that time when you're about to see porn. And I want you to bring those two overlaid pictures right in front of you. The picture of you in the trenches, about to kill somebody, and the picture of you with porn. What happens to you over there?
Freeze.
And then what happens?
So the pictures coming their way.
Okay, now at that moment, as you're in that spot inside your younger self's body, look at your self worth dial. What's the number?
About 6, 7.
Okay, this is after you froze it, after the picture's changed.
Yeah, after.
Okay, continue to raise the dial and notice it shifts and changes inside of you. Okay, I want you to look ahead from that spot towards the future till today. Can you see yourself looking at porn anymore? Any of those pictures on that timeline of yours? Okay, now I want you to step up from your timeline, come a bit further out, and notice if there are any dark spots left on the timeline. And if there are any bright spots on the timeline. When you say no, no dark spots or no bright spots or no either.
Neither.
So, what does your timeline look like when you look at it from afar, when you just glance?
It's clear, but misty, but like bright mist.
Bright mist. Does it have a good feeling to it or a bad feeling?
It's alright, it's good.
It's good. Okay. Come back to today and then go to your future. And as you look from your future back along your whole timeline, is there any part that looks uncomfortable?
Yeah, someone came up from my past.
So what? Say it
It
again.
was a memory came up from my past.
Okay. You don't have to tell me what the
You know,
memory is if you don't want. Just go into the memory.
yeah,
Look at your self-worth dial. What's the number?
about 7.
Okay, not bad. Turn it up. Notice the shifts and changes that occur inside as you do.
I'm just kind of shivering going through.
Is it a good feeling or a bad feeling?
A bit cold.
What's your number?
8.
Okay, can you turn it higher? Okay, what's it now?
10.
And how does it feel?
It's gone warm.
Okay, try turning it back, see what happens instead.
Nothing.
Try to bring back the old memory, see what happens instead.
Like a resistance.
Resistance to bringing back the old memory?
It's not clear. It's not coming up.
Okay, good. Now step back out of your timeline. Look down, see if there are any spots that feel uncomfortable.
Nothing obvious. No.
Okay, so go on back to the center of your timeline, to where the present is. And guess what? The newspaper contacted me, asked me all about you. And I told them that you were the most unfit person in the world. And that you went on that dating site and they all turned you down.
Did you?
I did. The whole world knows. International news, CNN.
Thanks.
How does it feel? What do you
Funny.
feel? What do you feel like doing?
Nothing.
Okay, good. Try to bring back that desire to see porn.
It's a funny world, isn't it?
Because right outside your door, you have 50 issues of Playboy or whatever porn magazine they have. I don't even know what they are. I've never looked at them. And they're all labeled just for you. All you have to do is open that door and bring them in. What do you do?
No, don't open it. Don't need it. No.
And guess what? Every site
Just
you open on your internet, whoop, pops up a porn site. What do you do?
close it.
You know what I do for my sons? I
Block it.
That's correct.
Yeah.
They couldn't get there even if they wanted to, and they don't want to. But even if they wanted to, they couldn't.
Well, you're right. It is related to self-esteem. It is. Yeah, I didn't really. I used to think it was just when I'm feeling tired and angry and lonely.
When I feel tired, I go to sleep. When I feel
Mm.
angry and lonely, I call up a friend and I vent. Or I write in my journal. One of the two. Or I watch a
Better
comedy.
option.
Or I watch a comedy and I put myself into a better place. Laughter is one of the best medicines there is. Much better than porn, I guarantee you.
Yeah.
It raises your vibration, makes you feel good afterwards. Okay? If you put the blocker up, you won't be able to get to it, even if you tried. And then you'll be forced to use your other new tools that you have, whether it be tapping, whether it be the self-worth dial, whether it be watching a comedy, whether it be journaling, whether it be calling up a friend and venting. Now be careful though, when you call up a friend and vent, give yourself a specified amount of time because you don't want to go into a spiral. And then they start venting and you start venting and then you both end up way down in the dumps. Okay.
Yeah, I do have a friend who does that a lot. I feel for him. He's quite similar. We're both in the same program, and he's divorced. And sometimes I can feel draining just listening to him, and I think, what the hell did I call him for?
Exactly.
Was maybe, yeah.
In those moments, I find it is much easier to go somewhere else and put myself in a good place than to dwell on the stuff that made me feel depressed. Because the depression is like quicksand. You tend to go in and you can't get yourself out. On the other hand, if I put on a comedy, if I watch something uplifting, if I write in my journal, my journal from the future, I feel a sense of I'm someplace else. I'm not in that same place anymore. So, what you need to
Mm.
do is to build for yourself coping mechanisms, coping skills that bring you back to a good place. And whether it be tapping, whether it be the self-worth dial, whether it be journaling, or whether it be simple as turning on music or watching a comedy. Okay? There was a woman who had cancer. She healed herself from the cancer simply by watching 3 months of nonstop comedies and laughing. Laughing for 3 months straight. And she was healed of the cancer.
Alright.
Laughter puts you into a good place. It raises your vibration. It raises the vibration of everyone around you. Okay,
Mm.
so if you can't bring yourself to tap,
Yeah.
you can't bring yourself to do the dial, you can't bring yourself to journal, flick a switch on your television and watch a comedy that makes you really laugh. You know those deep belly laughs that you can't like
Yeah.
laugh because it's hurting you already so much. Try on one of those and
Yeah.
just watch it. I mean, that really doesn't require too much energy, just a little flip of a switch there.
Mm.
But putting the blockers
Yeah.
on will prevent you, give you that reminder not to go there. Because going there just spirals you down even more. Right?
Yeah.
For most people I work on, they tell me when they go back into their old habits, they stop themselves and they say, "What am I doing over here? This isn't what I want to be doing." So
Yeah. Yeah. I've had that. Yeah. I've had that as well. Yeah.
prevent it.
I mean, it doesn't last long, you know.
Right? But the more time you have in between, the less time it will happen because you're changing your habit. Change it to a better habit.
Yeah.
You have lots of new coping skills to use. Use them. And they work. And you yourself said at the beginning of the
Yeah.
session, you write down at the beginning of the day what you want the day to look like, and 9 out of 10, you get what you want.
Yeah. 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 Just need to be consistent doing it daily.
Well, it's not just
Yeah.
consistent, it's believing that you
You
deserve
know
it.
what it is as well?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what it is as well? I think the timing of us doing this work as well, it's probably been the worst time of my life in a way, with the end of the marriage, and then I've been doing this step 4 from Adult Children Anonymous. So that's brought things, and I'm at that point now where it's nearly finished and it's going to go towards sharing with my sponsor, you know.
You need to be tapping while you're doing it so that you don't sink in it.
Yeah,
Or write it as if it was somebody else's history, not your own. Write it in a dissociated format.
well,
Because when you go in there, you bring yourself all back to what brought you here in the first place.
for me, where I'm at now it is about more right. Okay, got it on paper. You've got tools now for a newer future, and moving on. I
Right.
do need to put this stuff,
Behind you.
you know. Yeah, it's not about blaming parents or past or all that. Do you know what I mean? It's not. Even though when you sit in it for too long, you can end up there,
Right.
in blaming and resentments. I can't, I know, you know,
Because
they've tried their best.
you've already experienced self-empowerment. What your parents did,
Yeah.
you did. You can't change it. The question is what you're going to do with it now.
Well, I'm a parent as well now.
That's true
You
too.
know,
That's true too.
I'm different. I'm different to my kids, and that's me.
The bottom line is, once again, what they did, they did. Rewrite it. Change your
Yeah,
future.
I am. That's me making amends to
Yeah.
my children. Well, through me. I'm making amends to me by giving my children the love, the nurturing, the nourishing, the time and attention that they need.
Right.
Not flipping materials and discipline. My mum talks about discipline with 2-year-old kids. I'm thinking, wow, I'm gonna bring them back to keep them in my place. Then If I don't bring them for a couple of days, oh, why don't you bring them? And no, they make mess in your house. I don't care when they make a mess in mine. That's what
Right,
2-year-olds do. They make mess.
right,
So yeah,
right. I just don't want you to go drowning in your past. I want you to be looking to the future because you have a very bright future.
yeah. No, I need to get this step 4, 5 out of the way. I feel like enough's enough. You
I agree.
know.
Yep. Okay, and you need to go on a dating
Yeah.
site.
Pardon?
And you need to go on a dating site.
I need to go on a dating site.
Dating and marriage, yeah.
Marriage is scary. Meeting someone, friendship, getting along with someone without all that drama, you know, no, no. It's the same thing. Going onto the dating site, getting married, a woman, it's all for the wrong reasons. It's not real, it's not being true to myself.
Or to her.
Yeah. Yeah, oh definitely I know that one.
Or to your children.
Can't do that again. Yeah.
Okay? When you're ready, you'll know that you're ready.
Don't forget, if you like this video, leave a like down below, subscribe to my channel, or subscribe to my newsletter. The address is right down below over there. Have a great week.